Tonight, the same-sex marriage debate takes to the streets as thousands converge on state parliament to make their feelings known.
Also tonight, a program to rehome retired race dogs celebrates its 20th year.
And we meet the eccentric Adelaide artist whose painting could win him $50,000. Good evening, I'm Samantha Dawes.
And I'm Nadia Isa with UniSA News.
First, thousands of people have gathered in the city today to voice their support for same-sex marriage. In one of the biggest rallies held at State Parliament in many years, the Yes campaign brought Adelaide City Centre to a halt as it officially launched its cause. Nadia Isa reports.
In the largest LGBTI rally in state history, supporters of same-sex marriage packed Parliament steps, forcing police to direct traffic as they spilled out onto the streets. Conveners of Adelaide's Yes campaign urged the crowd for a respectful argument, but they still had a message for the naysayers.
This is not the time for homophobia, this is the time for equal rights and equal love!
Among those calling for unity was Labor Senator Penny Wong.
This can be a unifying moment, but only if we make it so. This can be a unifying moment, but only if we get a yes vote.
But even if the yes vote is successful, there's no guarantee same-sex marriage will become legal.
We need to hold the government to, their promise of delivering us marriage equality, whether it's Labor or Liberal. We're going to have to keep fighting.
For many, the reason to keep fighting is personal.
Because I have a girlfriend and I would like to one day get married, and I want to see her get married. I want to be there for you. Thank you.
The message from Adelaide's LGBTI community is clear. They're calling for an end to a debate they say has become distressing and uncivil, and equal rights.
The rally ended with the crowd of thousands marching from North Terrace to Victoria Square. Australian households have already begun receiving the non-binding postal survey, with a result expected in mid-November. Nadia Isa, UniSA News. And one couple has chosen to speak out about the same-sex marriage postal vote. The pair says across Australia, LGBTI couples are reluctantly putting their relationships and lives in the hands of strangers. Morgan Burley reports.
James Madden and Gabe Young have been dating for over a year now and together have dreams for the future. But those plans are currently uncertain depending on the outcome of the same-sex marriage vote.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I believe that everyone has a right to say what they feel, what they believe and stuff. But at the end of the day, why should somebody who doesn't even know me have a say in whether or not I'm allowed to get married?
Personally, I think it's quite stupid. They've probably gone about giving us marriage equality in the worst possible way.
With the legalisation of marriage equality in Australia, same-sex couples will not only have the option to wed, but will also be recognised by the government as more than a de facto relationship.
There's obviously the next of kin status and the small benefits that there is to marriage. We should be able to hate each other as much as you guys do in marriage.
We have every right to be just as miserable.
The couple hopes to achieve more than just having their own rights recognised.
I'm not voting for my right to marry. I'm voting because my kids' generation, my grandkids' generation, my great-grandkids' generation shouldn't go through what I had to go through.
If the no vote succeeds, the couple believes there may be riots amongst the LGBTI community. However, they will never stop fighting for love. Morgan Burley, UniSA News.
Turning to other news now, everything small is a big deal at the Plastic Modellers Expo held in Adelaide. The event showcases hundreds of expert-built, small-scale models inspired by sea, sky and outer space. Isabella Fornerino has more.
Small-scale modelling has taken off at the Plastic Model Expo, with hobbyists of all calibres flying in for a glimpse. Each tiny treasure is the result of hours of detailed handiwork and countless dollars poured into the craft.
A kit like this will be nearly $1,000 to purchase. Some of it is not a cheap hobby.
The 2017 Expo is the 35th consecutive year in the event's history, making it one of Australia's largest small-scale model events. The main attraction is the open-scale model competition, including junior categories for technical judging and public voting.
Creating these models has a historical aspect to it as well, and sort of another dimension to the actual craft of building them.
Hobbyists gather like kids in a candy store at trader stalls to pick up a bargain or sit in on modelling demonstrations.
Most of us have done it when we were a kid in the 60s, 70s, 80s, I guess.
And it gives the younger generation a chance to switch off the TV and switch on their minds.
I used to be a modeller myself years ago. I'm now a bit old, but I'd like him to take it up one of these days.
Kids jump at the opportunity to get their hands on the models at the Make and Take workshop.
You can build it, and then after you build it, you can play with it.
The expo's success proving it's a hobby for all ages, with the miniature models stealing the hearts of both the young and old. Isabella Fornerino, UniSA News.
The thought of owning a dog is quite fetching. Today marks 20 years a greyhound adoption program has helped families do just that. Christopher Hughes reports.
It's hard to deny that every man and his dog enjoys a good party. Some, however, seem to be taking the phrase more literally than others.
Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to
The SA Greyhound Adoption Program celebrated its 20th anniversary today of rehoming retired racing greyhounds. The event, which included cakes, photo booths, and even a dress-up competition, also showcased why they make a great pet.
Okay, so if you get a greyhound through the adoption program, they come fully vaccinated and wormed and desexed, they're toilet trained, they've got basic obedience skills, and they're very quite gentle, well-natured animals.
Today's birthday party is more than just a day for dress-ups and celebrations, however, with many of the greyhounds looking for either a new home or to be adopted into a new foster family.
I think we've got about 27 available for adoption today. We've got a number available for fostering as well.
When I found out about this program, I was like, well, I may as well do something good in the process of getting another dog. So yeah, fostered.
Look, I think it's they're probably the wrong perception about what greyhounds are like. Once people get to know them, they're beautiful dogs, so I'd highly recommend it.
The program's next adoption day will be held at the end of the year. Christopher Hughes, UniSA News.
An Adelaide artist with a harrowing past has brought colour back into his life through painting. This month, the 61-year-old will represent South Australia in the National Self-Portrait Prize, where the winner will receive $50,000. Samantha Dawes has more.
Most painters use canvas, but Jungle Phillips prefers to do things a little differently. Chairs, cars and plush toys are all fair game.
And you only limited by imagination. Everything can be turned into a work of art.
Even his shoes and hats get a makeover.
It's like the new fashion, you look.
In fact, Jungle Phillips has turned his entire home into a work of art.
I'm doing this here for all, okay? Something special for all, dedicated to all of you.
He is recognised as one of Australia's great outsider artists. Outsider artists are usually self-taught, and their work illustrates extreme mental states and fantasy worlds. This month, Jungle is competing against 27 other artists in the National Self-Portrait Prize. The prestigious prize is invitation only.
I feel honoured. Recognition is, wow, it is a dream come true.
So this is the painting that you entered for the prize?
There's me at home, currently love.
But Jungle's life hasn't always been this colourful. He grew up in Tasmania with an abusive alcoholic father, and in his early 20s, Jungle witnessed the suicide of his older brother Stephen. Now the artist has turned his life around with the help of paint pots and brushstrokes. A man who is as passionate as he is talented. Samantha Dawes, UniSA News.
And that's the news for this evening.
Thanks for joining us. Good night.